Serial killers. Ever wonder why people kill? A serial killer is defined as someone who murders more than 3 people, but one at a time in a relatively short interval. Serial killers can be a great example of the famous story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They appear one way, but deep inside are sociopaths.
There are different types of serial killers. You have those killers who concentrated only on women, others who concentrated only in men, and some who even preyed only on children. And there is even a special category, the contract killer or hitman.
There are different types of serial killers, such as visionary, who believe they're being told to kill by God or the devil. There's also mission-oriented, which kill for the better of society in their opinion. Also, power and control seekers, which like to feel powerful and in control, and hedonistic. Hedonistic usually kill for lust, thrill, or comfort. Comfort meaning they'll kill a family member just to inherit their money. What can cause people to be this way? While their upbringing has a lot to do with it, there are 3 factors in which they have in common: torturing animals, bedwetting, fire starters, and whether they got physically or mentally abused. But usually, a serial killer will try and exaggerate their upbringing for sympathy and try to blame their behavior on someone else. But that's just the beginning cause. They too can become a sick-minded killer. A great example of such accident is of Phineas Gage. Did you know that anyone can become a serial killer? Research has shown that if someone gets hit in the frontal lobe of the head, Phineas was known to be a loyal, down-to-earth guy, but one day at work, Phineas got hit in the head, in the frontal lobe. After that, friends and family realized he just wasn't the same. Phineas had turned into a monster. He lied and treated everyone around him in an awful way.
This is Jeffrey Dahmer, someone you can categorize as a homosexual serial killer. He was known for killing his victims, having sex with the corpse, and storing body parts around his apartment. Dahmer also enjoyed taking pictures of things he did to his victims, including sexual acts and contorting the body. Between 1989 and 1991, Dahmer killed 17 men. He was arrested on July 22, 1991, and a year later, Dahmer was convicted of 15 counts of murder and was sentenced to 957 years in prison. Now, on the special category of serial killers, the contracted hitman, this is Richard Kuklinski, better known as the Iceman. Richard grew up with his mother and father, Stanley and Anna Kuklinski. Stanley was an alcoholic that abused his wife and kids. Stanley's abuse got so bad that he ended up killing Richard's oldest brother, Florio. Richard's first murder was at the age of 14. He killed a gang leader that picked on him by the name of Charlie Lane. He beat Charlie with a steel clothing rod. Although he felt guilt, it only lasted a second. He was overwhelmed with power. In the early 20s, Richard joined the Mafia, the Gambino crime family. He ended up killing about 200 people, and some of his victims were just target practice. His favorite weapons became cyanide, guns, knives, and chainsaws. Eventually, the Iceman explains that he started making mistakes to make it easier for the police to find him. He was tired of his murderous job, and in 2006, before being able to testify against the Gambino crime family, Richard died of natural causes, although his family says they believe he was poisoned. Serial killers have probably been around since the beginning of humanity, yet our understanding of serial killers has come about only in the last century or so. There has been many theories that try to explain how serial killers function, but it is still not known without any certainty when and why these people become murderers.